I am Jonathan West. You are watching Death Valley Television, and your Death Valley Technical Scavengers are in the Rose Bowl for the quarterfinal round of the playoffs. However, they face the only undefeated team in the bracket and the number one team in the nation, the Michigan Wolverines. It is not an easy task in front of them. They drew the short end of the stick when you look at the way the bracket has played out. NC State and Alabama, you could argue, getting the easier side of everything. But the Wolverines will be without Josh Vasher, their defensive end, who they've been without for most of the season, so it is not a massive loss for Michigan. They will have quarterback Patrick Skowronek, no relation to Death Valley Technical's young quarterback Scotty Skowronek, from what I know. The young man out of Gibson City, Illinois, certainly wasn't the same quarterback this year that he was last. 1,700 yards, 25 touchdowns, 4 interceptions to the 3,400, 41, and 15 year that he had last year. However, we know what the Wolverines like to do. They want to run the football, and Romeo Phoenix is their guy for that. Great name, and the young man out of Lake Zurich, Illinois, has been a solid back for them. 10 touchdowns, 5.7 yards a carry, and 643 yards on the season. Not a lot on the yards numbers, but the touchdowns and average definitely does the work there. Lugard Edokpai is their big guy on the edge. Keep your eyes on him. I'm going to try not to butcher that name if he does any damage to Death Valley this weekend. But it has been a big year for him. 42 tackles, 4 sacks, down from the 6 he had the last 2 years. But he's been a force of nature. And in that secondary, Jacob Oden, the free safety, is one of many very good players they have in that defensive backfield. The young man out of Detroit has 2 picks this year. That's just about his average, with his high being 3 interceptions last season. But he can also tackle very, very well. And I think the Scavengers are in for a fit against this Michigan Wolverine team, as we're here in Pasadena, California. It's essentially a bit of a home game for the Death Valley Technical Scavengers. Hopefully they can use that to their advantage against the team from up north. And we are off in this one, as it's going to be Alex Slade to return this one, as it's going to be DVT football to begin, and Michigan, well, we'll see that defense early. And of course, John Bush taking over as the starter late in the year full time, and well, it's been a different team with him at quarterback. Not a single interception this season. Keep that in mind. I may have just jinxed him, but he hasn't done it yet, so let's hope it stays that way. 2nd and 1 after a 9-yard pickup from Shaq McBath. And Michigan knows he is the key to this offense as he picks up the first. However, the holds continue to be a problem. Moses Holiday called for that hold, as Shaq a bit banged up on that flip he had to do there at the end of that play. 2nd and 11 as Blanco checks in. And that's going to be a solid pickup of 10. Gets all that yardage back, as immediately back in is McBath. He seems fine. And off to Shaq. He's got the first down. They have yet to go to the air yet. Out of the gun now. And it's a pass, but they'll just go with the jet pass here to Luvo to get him the ball and get a new set of downs, as they're near midfield already. 1st and 10. Bush sets up the screen. The first pass actually gets some air time, and it's just a screen going for near a new set of downs. Scavengers playing it very safe to start this game, and I think it's a good call on their part as Blanco right up the middle for the first. It's working, though. You can call it playing a bit safe, but it is working very well as a tight end screen here to Matt Gage picks up 3. 2nd and 7. Shotgun set. Bush keeps it, but he's going to go down quick. Michigan kept their eyes on 16. It's 3rd and 11. Bush over the middle, intercepted. That was in a bit of a crowd, I believe intended for Kavian Quickly, but he was well covered, and it's interception number 1 in a Scavengers jersey for John Bush. Now it will not count for any type of regular season stat, but Keon Turner gets the first interception of Bush in a Scavenger uniform. As now Michigan goes to work as this bubble screen works out. There is a flag, though, and this looks like it's going to be an ineligible man downfield. So an early penalty moves back the Wolverines. Got this ball off of the first interception by John Bush, as that is a 2-yard pickup on the ground for Phoenix. 2nd and 13. Skoranek hands off again. Phoenix with room as Earl Show committed to going after the quarterback, but a flag flies again, and this one's going to be on the Wolverines. Another mistake moves them back. 2nd and 21. And this is a deep shot. Schooler's alone, and he is not going to be caught. And that is just a mistake on the part of Manu Coffey, who I believe just sat down thinking it was going to be maybe a short play. Schooler then went straight, and it was all over from that point. Glenn Schooler strikes first after Michigan got put in a rough situation, and that could be trouble. Now the Scavengers have to fight back. A turnover is definitely out of the question here. You can't allow that on back-to-back drives as a flag flies here. It has been a lot of penalties early in this one. Andrew Spanway getting called for this hold, as it's going to bring up 1st and 20 for DVT. Handoff goes to Blanco. He spins past 2, and that's going to be a solid 8-yard pickup. 2nd and 12. McBeth in the ball game as Bush looks to throw. Rolling to his left. He's going to take off upfield, and he's going to have the first down. So a new set of downs off of Bush's legs leads to another first, and now more work for McBeth as he can only pick up 2. 2nd and 8. Bush takes the snap. Screen set up for Quickly, and that's going to be a gain of around 3. 3rd and 4. Can they pick up the first here? They hand off McBeth up the middle. Plenty of room. He's got the first down into Michigan territory. Now they go empty here to spread them out. Bush off the mark for Quickly, but a flag flies. This is going to be PI on Michigan, and the Scavengers will take that any day of the week. As we head to the end of the first quarter, Michigan on top, 7-0 to start us out here, but the Scavengers may be in a position to finally put points on the board. 1st and 10 here for Bush and company to start the second quarter of action. It's a flip to Luvo. He takes it out wide, cuts back, and that's going to be a gain of 7 as he's caught from behind. 2nd and 3 in the pistol. Hand off to McBeth. He's taken down quickly. This defensive front of Michigan is no joke. 3rd and 4. Bush over the middle finds Luvo. I don't know how he hung on, but the senior has had a phenomenal year, and it has just continued. Play action here. Luvo downfield, intercepted. And that, I believe, is Odin, the safety who we highlighted in pregame. And that is the second interception for John Bush today. His first 2 picks of the entire year in this game. And not to mention, in good territory. As now it's back to work for Phoenix on the ground, picking up 4 as he's taken down by Randall Glenn. 2nd and 6. Remember the last drive ended with a touchdown to Glenn Schooler for Michigan as Phoenix picks up the first on the ground there, and now they run a bit quick here. They go Phoenix again. He finds room, and that's going to be a solid 5-yard pickup. 2nd and 5. Hand off Phoenix. Raheem Clay, though, gets to him for only a 2-yard gain. That's going to bring up 3rd and 3. It's another handoff, and this one's up the middle. 1st down Wolverines as they inch closer and closer to that midfield mark. Hand off to Phoenix again. They have kept it on the ground this drive. 2nd and 7. Skoranek keeps it. Earl Shell was not fooled. A good tackle by Earl Shell as the junior has been electric. Good push from Shell there as that's going to be a good stop by this defense on 3rd down. And force a punt. The kicking game is the weakness here for the Wolverines, as the punting game is not, as a fantastic punt right there pins the Scavengers deep. And we'll see if they can answer. McBath gets a shoulder drilled into him. Only a gain of 1 as it will bring up 2nd and 9. Bush looking to throw underneath. That's Slade. He bounced off of 1 man. That's a new set of downs. 1st and 10. Bush running out of time. He goes down. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 14. It's play action. John Bush over the middle. It's caught by Luvo. It was great coverage, but Luvo wins it. And a fantastic play as we've already hit the 2-minute warning. This game is speeding by as Blanco taken down. 2nd and 10, a minute and a half left in this half of action. Bush underneath the quickly as he gains 9. 3rd down and 1. Bush in the gun. Hand off Blanco, and that's going to be enough for the first. They take their first time out to the Scavengers. They've got 2 left just behind midfield. Bush finds quickly but incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. It's play action. Bush maneuvering with the ball. He's got Luvo, but Luvo drops it. Would have been a huge play as it brings up 3rd down and 10. Bush downfield. It's Bell. Trey and Bell with the catch. The 2nd timeout taken by the Scavengers after a big Trey and Bell pickup. 30 seconds left. Bush to the end zone, and Luvo can't get that one. 2nd and 10. Bush wants Luvo again, and he can't catch that one. Little too far out of bounds for him, as that's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Luvo a 3rd time. This time he's got it out of bounds at the 3. Michigan going to argue he never had it, inbounds, but right there you see that foot down with the ball in hand. First and goal. Scavengers with a big opportunity here with 15 seconds left. Bush to the air. He wanted Luvo again, incomplete. Second and goal. Luvo in motion now. They flip it his way. He's got speed and space. Touchdown Scavengers. Talia Luvo with the touchdown. It was all Luvo there at the end. Every throw went his way, and he makes Michigan pay. We head to halftime now. 7-all in this one. It is a low-scoring affair, kind of what you expect out of two teams who love their ground game. But that hasn't been the story of the day. It's been the passing attack with Glenn Schooler on one side and Talia Luvo on the other. But we will see how things go in the second half. See if it becomes more of that ground and pound back and forth we expected when this game was set in stone in the bracket. Who moves on? We'll find out in the second half of action. Welcome to the second half here in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California, everyone. I'm Jonathan West. You are watching Death Valley Television, and that is Randall Glenn making a tackle there in open field. Second and 6. Michigan beginning this half with the football as Phoenix finds space, taken down just shy of the mark, they say. And we'll see if they can shut Phoenix down here. You've got to think it's going to him. No, it's a keeper for Skoranek, and he's got the first. First and 10. Play action, it's caught. And a big first down puts him into DVT territory. First and 10. Phoenix finds 3 there. Second and 7. Another handoff to Romeo Phoenix. He gets another 3. That's going to make it third down and 4. Scavengers showing pressure here. And they drop back. And that one incomplete, as they'll have to punt this one once again. The kicking game is the problem for Michigan. They do not have a big leg with their kicker, but what a punt again. Deep for the second time. As the Scavengers have to start at their own 2, but McBath a nice run to start things. A tiny bit of breathing room after the gain of 7. Handoff goes to McBath again, and he's not able to find room that time. Third down and 2. Bush in the gun. Handoff McBath. First and more. Look at how much space he had. Big run for Shaq. The seniors doing everything they can to keep this playoff run alive for the Scavengers. Hand off to Blanco, the junior back, with room and another first down. First and 10, the ground game doing a lot of the work right now. It's play action. And for Luvo, it's incomplete. He caught one in tight coverage earlier. Can't make that grab. Second and 10, handoff goes to McBath, and he'll be stood up after a gain of 4. That'll bring up third down and 3. Man in motion's Luvo. They flip it his way again. This has been a money play today, and it works out again. That jet pass has worked so many times. Hand off to Shaq, trying to make guys miss in the middle of the field. Made 1 or 2, but only a gain of 4 out of that. Blanco checks in, and they go his way as it's second and 6, now third and 1. McBath back in on short yardage. They go his way. He fights. They say he didn't get it, but the offense is still out there. 4th and inches. It's a QB's keep, and that's going to be enough. So the third quarter starting to come to a close as Bush finds his man Luvo over the middle, 1st down, and we're headed to the 4th and final quarter of the Rose Bowl, folks. Throw up those 4s. There's just a few more minutes until we know who's off to the semis. All tied up at 7, headed into the 4th quarter. But let's see if the Scavengers can break this tie as they're inside the red zone, as this one incomplete for Maverick Bentley. 2nd and 10. Bush in the pistol still. He'll take the snap. He lobs this one up. Bentley can't hold that one in. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. Bush gets it away, saving a sack. But they'll have to settle for the George Lincoln field goal. It's good. And the Scavengers, for the first time today, have a lead. First and 10. Maize and Blue have the ball. Will the Wolverines be able to take their lead back is the question, as Romeo Phoenix with a nice spin, but still only gains 2 after Randall Glenn comes in, not having any of it. 2nd and 8. Skoranek to throw. He's got Romeo Phoenix, who was wide open. So a new set of downs after the Phoenix reception. It's Phoenix on the ground. He gets through space, and that's going to be a 6-yard pickup. 2nd and 4. Downfield, Schooler doesn't get that one, as that's knocked incomplete. 3rd and 4. Over the middle, that one's caught. I'm sorry, that's Glenn Schooler, number 15. He picks up the 1st down. As they flip this one out, and DVT's on top of it. They know how that play works, fine and dandy. It beat them heavy when they played Boise State earlier this year. As this swing out does not work, Keelan Holbrook all over it. And now it's 3rd down and 10. Scavengers showing pressure. They back out of it. It's downfield, almost intercepted. Holbrook had it. Dropped it, but luckily Michigan elects to punt. And the Scavengers take back over. Shaq, McBath, and company. Gonna try and take as much clock as they can, I'm sure. 2nd and 3, handoff Shaq up the middle, another nice run. The ground game has achieved perfection here in the second half right now. As play action, this one underneath for Matt Gage, and that's a good pickup. 1st down. 1st and 10. It's an easy play to make for Michigan as they were ready for the Blanco handoff. It's going to be 2nd and 12 now. Out wide is McBath. He's going to have a nice pickup. It took many Wolverines to bring him down. That'll bring up 3rd and 2. Handoff goes to McBath. He's not going to get it, and the offense stays out there. Bush to throw. Quick throw. Slade has it. 1st down, Scavengers. A touchdown might be enough to put this game to bed. 2 minutes left. Deep shot. Luvo open. He drops it. A massive drop from Talia Luvo on the last play. It hurts as Michigan takes their first time out. 3rd and 7. Bush to the air. Underneath, it's caught Luvo. Flag flies, though. Sadly, it will not hold, as there was a hold. And now it's 3rd and 17. Bush looks to the end zone for Luvo again. He's got him beat, but just overthrown. As now Ecker has to pin Michigan deep, and he will at their own 10. A minute and a half left here. Skowronek in his own end zone chucks this one deep. Knocked away. It's caught off the tip. The second time this year that's happened to Keelan Holbrook. I can't believe it. And now Michigan, running the no huddle, finds the play to Schooler for another first down. Under a minute to go. You have got to be kidding me. There's Earl Shell, though. The first sack of the day comes at a pivotal point. 2nd and 18. Pressure again from Shell. He's going to get him again. Back-to-back sacks. 3rd and 25 now. Can the defense stop him? You go back to the Glenn Schooler touchdown early on, as that one's incomplete. They force a field goal. This is a big field goal attempt here. Kicks up, and it is good. They're able to make the 45-yarder. IU gets it, and the Scavengers just need to get into field goal range. Bush finds quickly, as they take their first time out. 2nd and inches. They've done this before. They've been here. They've been on the opposite end, too, as a deep ball to Luvo is picked off. The 3rd pick of the day, and the worst one, if you ask me. Tried to get the deep ball. They were double covering Luvo, and that one was underthrown nonetheless. An interception keeps it tied at 10. Josiah Edmond, the one with the interception, is now the Scavengers just trying to stop them from getting in field goal range now, as Michigan takes their last time out with 10 seconds left. They have to get pretty close up there, given IU's leg, as that one is thrown away, and they will have one more chance at a Hail Mary to try and end this bowl game in regulation, or we're headed to overtime in the Rose Bowl. To the end zone, and almost caught, but incomplete. In a scare there at the end, we are headed to overtime. Who expected overtime in the playoffs? I certainly did not. And hopefully the Scavengers make the most of this. Two teams meet in the middle for the coin toss, and we will see the Scavengers on offense first. Remember, both teams will get an opportunity. It's whoever comes away with it the best, as that screen is knocked away. 2nd and 10. Bush. Play action does not work, as everyone got through that time around. 3rd and 18. They're going to need a big play here if they don't want to have to settle. Over the middle, almost intercepted, and Trey and Bell took a shot. George Lincoln's field goal is good, but the Scavengers now need to force a Michigan field goal. Hand off here to Phoenix. He powers through a lot of Scavengers to pick up just 1 yard. 2nd and 9, pressure sent, and at least it forces a loss of yardage on that screen attempt. 3rd and 12. Big opportunity here as the pressure was getting there. It's caught. Schooler in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. And just like that, the Wolverines topple the Scavengers 16-13 and will move on to the semifinals of the college football playoffs. It was one hell of a fight, but you go back to, I think, one play. The Glenn Schooler touchdown that started the scoring. You go back to that play, and you wonder what went wrong. What happened? If that doesn't happen, is the game different? Who knows? We may never know. All we do know is the Scavengers season, as good as it was, comes to a close. And for a lot of these seniors, Luvo, McBath, Miles, maybe even for some of the juniors like Raheem Clay, who has an opportunity at the NFL, it's over. The year has come to a close, and as successful as it was for some of them, it was their last game in a Death Valley Technical uniform. And it's tough to say goodbye to those guys. A good game from guys like Luvo and McBath, and even Earl Shell there at the end, getting sacks when we needed them the most, forcing just a field goal attempt for Michigan. But a big question now comes in the offseason of what this team looks like next year. Who is still here? Who comes in the transfer portal? Who leaves to go to the NFL possibly? A lot of questions, not a lot of answers known right now. But I can't wait to see what things look like for Coach Alani Booker and the Scavengers next season. I've been Jonathan West. I appreciate your time here on Death Valley Television, and I will see you folks next season. Now, out of character, guys, I appreciate you watching Season 5. It's come to a close, but we're not done. We got one more year. We have unfinished business. The offseason will be either this Saturday or this Sunday. You can vote on that over on the community tab. Go check that out, and I'll see you then.